What was that?
What was what?
That flash of truth or whatever it is. What are you not telling me?
I have told you over and over again. I'm with Nicholas.
And so all is good in your world.
Yes.
Robin, what is it that you don't want? Is it isolation at Windermere? Or is it this sudden romance with Nicholas?
Look, I don't know what else to tell you.
You're
okay?
lying, okay? You, the biggest ambassador of truth that I've ever known. We don't have a chance in hell if you don't stop this. Now tell me, are you holed up with Nicholas because you want to be, or is someone forcing you into something that you don't want?
Laura made you her legal guardian, but there's a wrench in that plan, see? By the name of Scott Baldwin. He's trying to steal her away from me, Nicholas, any way that he can. And I'm sure you and I agree that's not an acceptable outcome. So we need to put me back in charge immediately.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Luke and I are a team. We will keep you away from Laura any way we can.
How bamboozled are you here? Spencer only thinks about himself, unless you're including Laura, or whatever little treasure he digs up on those skin diving trips of his. Tracy, come on. You used to be such a force to be dealt with. Now, look at you. You're just like a declawed little kitty cat.
That's a way to win friends and influence people, Scott.
Well, I'm just saying you're smarter than all of this. I mean, you're running ELQ for crying out loud. I mean, you must know something that's mutually beneficial when you see it.
Mutually beneficial? How would that work?
It works where I get custody of Laura and you get your husband's undivided attention. So what do you say? Why don't we work together and both be happy?
Are you changing your mind?
No, it just hit me, the finality. Once I sign these papers, everything we built is over.
What we built, Sonny, our family, it's never going to be over. This divorce just means that we're free to live separate lives, that's all.
We love each other. We have 2 sons. We have a shot at an amazing life. And there's something else. I don't want to be free here. I just want my family. You sure you want to do this?
I'm sorry. I wish I could soothe your ego and tell you that there's some evil conspiracy behind our breakup, but there isn't.
So I'm supposed to believe that you just woke up one morning and decided you didn't love me anymore?
Yeah, that's right. The relationship that I pushed so hard to have is not what I wanted after all.
Okay, so tell me, what is so much better about Nicholas?
I don't know, it's easier. We've been friends for a long time, and there's no pressure or unrealistic expectations.
I don't believe a word you're saying. And that is what's killing me. It's not that you're sharing a bed with Nicholas, if in fact you are, or if someone's holding a gun to your head to keep you there. It's the fact that you don't trust me enough to tell me the truth, even after I tell you it's the last chance we've got. Okay, well, I guess you've made your choice, so keep your mystery. Keep your prince. I'm out of it.
I'm just curious. How long have you known that Laura named you as her guardian?
Honestly, Luke, I had no idea until Scott barged in here this morning waving petitions around.
What did he say?
That none of us are capable of acting in Laura's best interest, that he's the
the only one with pure motives, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know.
Yeah, you know he's a sociopathic liar, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And you also know that your mother was confused when she named you as her guardian.
No, I don't agree with that. I think she knew what she wanted.
No, she didn't. And neither do you. Nicholas, you grew up an ocean away from her. You washed up into our lives very late in the
I don't
game.
know what to tell you other than just to shake off your anger and figure out why she did this and learn to accept it because I can't just go against her wishes.
It's taken us a long time, you and I, to get to a better place. Don't blow it by putting yourself between me and Laura. That's not a good place for anybody to be.
We're talking about a woman who can't speak, think, or feel for all we know. Why do you think I would find Laura a threat to my marriage?
Because I'm talking about the Laura that lives in his head, in his heart, and his soul, under his skin, Tracy. You can't compete with that. The one that he fantasizes and dreams about when he comes here. I mean, I've been gone for some time now, but I've just never known you to play second fiddle.
Why the sudden determination to get her guardianship? What's in it for you?
Because I want to protect Laura, you know? I mean, Luke is no good for her, never has been. He paraded her around town like she was some kind of a trophy, gave her a glimpse of a life that she was never going to have. He didn't do it for her, he did it for himself. Make himself look like some kind of a hero, bringing her back from the living dead. Well, you know what? It's got to stop.
You know better than I do that Luke is never going to abandon Laura.
Well, he will when the courts tells him he has to.
You have no legal right to get the care of Laura. Not that that's ever stopped you.
Yeah, well, I can win this. I just have to throw a few, speed bumps at Spencer.
Is that where I come in?
That's where you come in, you leave with your husband. That's what you want, Tracy, isn't it?
Okay. It's a deal.
Stay. Come in, you're my first visitor.
I thought you were sleeping.
Oh, I doze. Old trick I learned in Iraq. It improves your chances of survival.
Speaking of which, how are you?
Shot. Thought I've been here before. It's not on my list of experiences I care to repeat, but it makes being alive especially sweet.
Yeah. Well, Iraq, I can't even imagine.
Pretty girl like you shouldn't have to imagine ugly things. I serve my country, and my experiences will serve me.
Well, I'd say that they've already served you, at least, with Sonny and Jason, which is why I'm here to bow down to your awesomeness.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are the drugs making me groggy, or did I just get a compliment from Lulu Spencer?
Well, the way that you and Coop ran into the middle of gunfire to help two people that you didn't even know, it's bravery on a major scale. Even I have to admit that.
Don't hang any medals on me. I do nothing unless it benefits me in some way.
Really, what was in it for you?
I impressed Sonny Corinthos, and I intend to make that count.
Don't do this.
Don't do what, Carly? Remind you of what we had, all this paper's gonna do is tear us apart.
No, we are what tears us apart. Sonny, we're not some starry-eyed couple that's gonna walk away holding hands into happily ever after. We destroy each other.
But that was the past. A lot has changed since then, mostly me.
Oh, yes.
I'm not that guy anymore who would destroy whoever loves him. Why can't you see
Because
that?
it's not just you, and it's not just me. It's who we are when we're together. Everything starts off great. And then the mistrust creeps in, and then the lies, and then the arguing, and the horrible fights, and I don't want to go through that again. And I'm not going to put our boys through it.
I don't want to put our boys through it. But we're seeing things differently here because it doesn't make sense to me to get a divorce when we love each other.
There are all kinds of love, and there are different kinds of love, and we don't work in a marriage. We have tried so many times, and it doesn't work. All we can do is
let go gracefully. It's all we can do.
All right. I want to do this because you're asking me to. And it's because it's what you think you want. And because I love you enough to give it to you. With grace.
There we were in Kelly's, and we heard gunshots coming from downstairs, and you had the presence of mind to think, hey, someone is shooting, Sonny Corinthos must be involved, and if I hustle down there and save him, he'll be so blown away, pun intended, that I'll look all bad and cool and he'll put me on his payroll. That's ambitious.
The doctors tell me that I'm in for a long and lonely rehabilitation. Maybe I could impress you with some more of my talents if you wanted to help me through it. But I've got to warn you, I'm not as helpless as I look, you know. You up for the challenge?
Ooh. Am I interrupting?
No, your timing is perfect. I can't think of anyone better than an understanding war buddy to help you. My first suggestion is hose him down with some cold water.
You should write a book. 1,000,001 Ways to Turn Off Chicks.
Are you kidding? Lulu's crazy about me. She just don't know it yet.
You and I need to have a serious conversation. Don't we pay you enough for childcare?
My nanny had a family emergency, and I wasn't about to leave my pride and joy with some anonymous sinner.
But it's perfectly fine for you to bring her up here into this office directly above the PCBD lockup.
Don't you worry, Mayor. My daughter is safe with me. She's with her daddy.
Yeah, well, apparently she's not the only one basking in the glow of your protection.
Meaning?
I thought you would have had Lorenzo Alcazar arrested by now for attempting to murder Corinthos and Morgan. Unless that is, of course, you're in his pocket and not your brother's.
Well, what should we do, Mother? Should we tell the nice mayor what we've got planned? How nasty old Mr. Alcazar can really still be useful to us?
Well, that's patently vague, considering the fact that we didn't nail Alcazar for his involvement in the hostage crisis, not to mention the freak who masterminded the whole thing. No, that would be wishful thinking. I'm gonna need a lot more from you than that.
Back in November, when Laura learned that her recovery was just to be temporary, she admitted to me that she felt like a burden to you.
Well, you told her that wasn't true.
Well, I did. I tried. But let me tell you, you and my mother are very much alike in one major way. No one tells you how to think or feel. And really, that's my only guess as to why she changed the guardianship, because that's what she wanted.
Look, she was not in a rational frame of mind. She couldn't make that kind of decision. No, it was all crashing in on her, Nicholas. The past, the present, where she was headed in the future.
But Luke, she was rational enough to marry you. I mean, come on, you can't have it both ways.
Don't lecture me. I have always taken care of Laura. And I'm not about to stop now, not with Baldwin sniffing around like a mad dog. I mean, what has he got in mind? Nicholas, is he going to disappear and take her with him? Is that what you want?
No, I know. But Luke, you're the reason why he's filing for this in the first place. He took a particular exception to my permissiveness in allowing you unlimited access to Laura, and it certainly hasn't escaped his attention that you're not married to her anymore. I mean, you really don't have a legal leg to stand on.
Oh, screw the law.
Look, if I sign over care of Laura to you, it's like handing Scott a victory in court. At least with me as a buffer, we have a chance here. Just leave things the way they are for right now.
That's not an option.
The harder you fight this, the easier it will be for him to win.
I should have known better than to come here.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
So that's your final word. You're not going to help me.
I know you don't see it this way, but I am helping you.
Oh, what an obnoxious jackass. Why don't you let me make this easy for you? Say the word, and I'll put a bullet in Luke Spencer's big mouth.
Hey. You okay? Sit down.
I'm okay. Thank you.
Eskimo.
It's a way of life.
Life being the operative word.
How are you?
Stock answer, truth.
Truth.
How's he?
Robin.
Yeah, she's still with Nicholas.
So it seems.
Well, you don't believe it?
Doesn't feel right.
Anything specific?
You just don't have that look in their eyes when they look at each other, you know. Although it could be my eyes, you know, the chemo's taking a toll on it.
I gotta go. You gonna be okay?
I will.
Okay. Listen, if you notice something or if you can pinpoint something that seems off between Nicholas and Robin, will you do me a favor and let me know?
I will, I promise.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, thought I missed you.
What are you doing here?
Wanted to give you a ride home.
Oh, that's nice. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
also wanted to ask you if you would be my best person. Again. Because Colleen and I are getting married. For real this time.
When?
As soon as Sonny, signs the divorce papers, which could take a while.
I assume I'm having a really big deja vu right now that you still want to marry her?
Of course, I still want to marry her.
You do? Okay. I think I need to sit down for a little while just to get my strength back till I go home.
Okay. You sure?
Oh, I'm positive. I have Raul, my boyfriend. He'll pick me up.
Okay. I couldn't help but notice you didn't give me an answer yet.
One hurdle at a time.
Well, it's an open invitation. I hope you accept.
Hello, Raul. I'm ready to go home. Can you pick me up? Fine. We need to stop one place before we go home, though.
Are those the divorce papers?
Michael, can you go back upstairs and finish your homework, please?
Don't be upset. It's okay. Just tear them up.
I can't tear up the papers.
Why not? It's me you said just to sign them.
Divorcing your father is very sad for me. But I know that it's also the beginning of good things too, Michael.
Why are you saying this is what you want when you don't?
Can you please go upstairs, please?
Fine.
I am 18 years old. My experience with men is limited, and I'm beginning to think that's the way it should stay. Oh my gosh, you're way worse than I am. What is wrong?
Sonny signed the divorce papers.
And that's good, no?
Yeah, it's great. It's what I wanted. It's what I pushed for, and there it is, right there. My divorce, my freedom. All I have to do is sign the papers. So why can't I?
No, what I need you over here now. Things are getting out of control.
Easy. It's like.
You all right? Sit down.
Oh boy, chivalry, underworld style.
What are you doing here?
Well, it's important enough for me to come here straight from chemo. I know you can't tell with the wig and all the makeup.
What has Rick done now?
It's not Rick, it's the nicer ex, Jax. Understand it or not, like it or not, he loves Carly. And while I don't think that she's deserving of such a dear, sweet man, he does. So I came here to ask you, please sign the damn divorce papers so that he can get on with his life and they can get married.
Don't do me any favors. Well, then I'll take action for my own amusement.
Leave Luke out of this.
Oh, well, that will be entirely up to Luke. My future is a free man who happens to bear an unfortunate resemblance to the man who took the Metro Court lobby hostage depends on your complete and undivided attention. Now, Luke creating chaos because of some woman who, from what I gather, is hopelessly insane will not be tolerated. So you will sign over the guardianship.
This is a family matter. It has nothing to do with you or our arrangement.
I beg to differ. Unless you forget, I injected you with a poison that will bring about your painful demise unless I administer the counteragent in the next 24 hours. So that puts me squarely in control, I think. So I will honor your request and refrain from bumping off Luke Spencer if you sign your mother over to him and be done with it.
I assume you had a mother, right? Well, it's quite possible that you didn't, but if you do or did, could you go against her wishes and just sign over her care to just anyone and be done with it?
Don't waste your breath. I'm not empathetic.
So do you feel anything for anyone?
Well, I must be fond of you. After all, you're still alive, aren't you?
Hey, have you seen Dr. Robin?
Well, I know she's romping naked through the wildflowers of Windermere.
Okay, do you expect her back soon?
What do you need, Kavi?
I have test results Dr. Robin has been waiting for.
Put them in her box.
Dr. Robin was very clear. I'm to hand these to her personally.
Who's the patient?
Sorry, it's a special project for Dr. Robin's eyes and ears only.
Kavi, you looking for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I in your way? I'll take care of that for you.
Please tell me that you managed to isolate the poison so that we can find some way to counteract it.
I've approached this from several different angles, but I'm sorry. I can't seem to isolate the toxic agent.
Who are we spying on?
My ex-girlfriend, your cousin.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I mean, one minute she's crazy about you, and then the next minute she's with Nicholas. I don't get that.
I don't know. I keep trying to tell myself that it doesn't matter, but it does. Robin matters. Do I detect a little note of support for my cause?
Absolutely. I mean, I witnessed up close how much you care about Robin, and besides, you're hot and you're a flippin' neurosurgeon. She'd be a fool to throw you away. And my cousin is nobody's fool, which definitely makes me think something's going on.
So we're on the same page. How about you do me a favor?
He even did a venom scan.
Against 72 different types of poisonous snakes and insects, but there's no matching compound.
So whoever made this poison didn't use any known toxic compounds.
Not that I can find. I mean, I'll keep trying, but if I may ask, is the subject you drew the blood sample from living or dead?
Living.
Well, then he or she is extremely lucky.
I know. But when luck runs out, we're gonna need science. Do me a favor, take these back to the lab because I have a patient, and Kavi, do not tell him.
Anyone. I understand.
Thanks.
Oh no, look what I did. Oh,
Here, let me help.
you. I mean, I've been all thumbs since I woke up this morning. I don't know what's wrong with me. Thank you so much.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you. I'm sorry.
Bit obvious, but did the trick.
Okay, what's so important about this file anyway?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why would Robin be so secretive about a tox scan?
Those two ex-soldiers, Cooper Barrett and Logan Hayes, how did they become involved in the shooting?
They were at Kelly's, heard the gunfire, and acted instinctively.
Tax dollars at work. Too bad it worked out for Sonny and Jason.
Coop Barrett literally saved Maxie's life. I saw it. I was there. He was in complete control, calm and reassuring to the civilian, who in this case was my terrified daughter. And he took down the perp with solid nerves, deadly aim, and not a moment's hesitation.
Isn't that the kid who applied to the police academy?
Yeah.
How were his scores?
Highest on record.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it seems like yesterday I was just a kid bottle shooting with a .22. I blink and I end up in some war in the middle of a desert. I blink again, I'm back home, getting mixed up in stuff that I never thought I would.
Like?
Well, I mean, like the other night. I mean, you know, when I shot that guy, the only thing I could think about was making sure that Maxie didn't get hurt.
Well, looks like the bottle practice paid off then.
Yeah, now I'm gonna be cop.
Same objectives, different uniform.
Yeah, same violence. I mean, is that all we have to look forward to? I mean, are we so brainwashed that people getting shot and killed is just another day at the office?
This is the way I look at it, all right? My training, it saved my life. It helped Sonny Corinthos. Now he owes me. That's a positive thing.
Yeah, maybe you ought to rethink that.
Are you worried about me? Or that we may end up on opposite sides of the war?
A, it is not right to keep someone in a marriage when they no longer want to be there, even if you think it's best for the children. B, not a good idea to manipulate someone who loves you to try to make them do something that you want them to do. Now, understand that I don't think Carly is an innocent person, and I wouldn't mind it at all if she were hoisted by her own petard. But it's Jax's heart. And he doesn't seem to mind having Carly hold it in her hands, and thus I must support him, even if it means coming here to reason with you, here where the smell of those hazelnut lattes are making me want to puke. Are you catching on, or do I need to keep going? Because I am wasting the breath from my beleaguered lungs that really need to be kept in reserve.
Did you say petard or petard? I mean, what does that mean?
I just signed the damn papers.
I already did.
What?
Yeah, about an hour ago I signed the damn paper.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Because I like to see you fired up about something, even if it is Jax. And I do get a kick out of your advice sometimes.
No, so get a kick out of my enormous vocabulary that I love to lord over your head.
All right, I'll walk you out, and I'll have my driver take you home.
No need, I have Raoul.
And I'll buy you a hazelnut latte. You like that?
You're a sadist.
You know what? Even though Jax doesn't deserve it, you are a good friend.
Goes along with being an ex. Sometimes they turn out to be your best friends. You never know. Maybe that'll happen with you and Carly.
So why were you in such a hurry to get the boys out of the house?
Oh, because Michael has big ears, and he's going to take anything he hears as encouragement to resist the divorce, and I don't want to deal with that right now.
The divorce that you want, right?
Absolutely. Look at this. Jax took me to Montreal, and we're engaged again.
Wow, Carly, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, amazing. Just like Jax, who is so romantic, and when I'm with him, I feel light and free and loved and honored.
So what is the problem?
This is the problem. This pin. Because every single time I pick this pin up to sign the papers, it like channels Sonny. You've never been a quitter, Carly. How can you give up on me and the boys, Carly?
Okay. Have you tried a different pen?
I'm serious. How do I walk away from a man I love?
Okay, Carly, let's analyze this. What if Sonny weren't in the picture?
I'd run straight to Jax.
Okay, and if Jax wasn't a possibility?
I'd be sucked back into Sonny's orbit.
You make that sound like a fate worse than death.
That's because sometimes it is.
Well, that should tell you something right there.
I know I'd be better off with Jax. I know I'd be happier, I'd be whole, we'd last. But there's that thing, Lulu. There's that chemistry that attracts me to Sonny. And it's not just because he's the father of my children. I'm so afraid that I'm lying to myself and to Jax. I mean, thinking that attraction's gonna go away just because I signed his divorce papers.
I wish that I could give you answers. I mean, you've been so great at giving me advice. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need to give yourself a good talking to. In the meantime, you know, I can give you the same advice that you gave me. You gotta trust your heart and follow it.
And you want to up your child support payments to Carly. So perhaps this would be a good time to remind you that you two are married.
Not anymore, Diane. I signed the divorce papers. Soon Carly will be married to Jax, her one true love.
Well, that explains the junkyard dog attitude I have been subjected to for the last 20 minutes.
I pay you to handle my legal affairs, not to comment on my disposition.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will act as your attorney
Okay.
and remind you that Carly is about to marry a man who is filthy rich. So why are you throwing money at her that she doesn't need?
Because I want to. And I also want you to pay all the medical bills for that kid that's in the hospital that helped Jason and me in the ambush. I think his name is Logan, right? Is that right?
Ever since I walked in here, you have been bleeding money. Did it ever occur to you to simply thank him?
I thought you wanted out of the war because you didn't like the violence or taking orders.
So?
So, once you're under Sonny's thumb, you're going to be doing what he wants and when he wants it. And the only way to leave your job is in a body bag.
What do you know about it? Besides, have you ever known me to get into anything that I couldn't get out of? Go ahead. Be a cop. We'll see who retires first and with the best benefits.
Look who's here. What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I'm just checking up on my buddy here.
Oh, well. What's your pleasure? Comic book, or does that have too many words in it?
Got any medical journals?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, well, Logan was headed for medical school once. He joined the army to help pay the bills.
But that goal's as dead as the guy you shot.
Why?
Well, I got a spotty service record. It could backfire and cause some problems.
Hello? Yeah, I'll be right there. Looks like I'm wanted in the DA's office.
Mac probably wants to officially thank you for saving my life.
Or maybe you found out you cheated on your test.
Yeah, I'll better go.
Well, looks like Cooper turns out to be your little hero after all, doesn't he?
Jealous?
The only way you can express your gratitude to me is to indulge Mr. Barrett in some heavy mattress tag. But Sonny Corinthos can make me.
Oh. So you want to work for Sonny Corinthos? There's some noble ambition.
Oh, great. Who let you in? Turn around. Get out of here.
All right, take it easy, Spencer. I won't take much of your time. I just wanted to let you know once the court date is set for Laura's guardianship, you're going to be a witness.
Good. I'll be happy to tell the court what a pile of rat filth you are.
All right, well, tell him whatever you want, but make sure you tell him how much you hurt Laura over the years. And I mean all of it, Spencer.
Look, it doesn't have to go to court. There's a better way. Why don't you, give Laura to Scott?
I thought you knew me better than that. There's no way in hell I'll ever turn Laura over to this.
Luke, going to court is going to dredge up every painful detail of the past. Do you want to air your dirty laundry in front of Lulu?
Listen to your wife, Spencer. She's right. There's no reason for this to get ugly. Just tell Nicholas to stop fighting me. And then you can focus on being a better husband to this wife than you were to your last. You know deep down how much I love Laura. You know I'm going to take care of her.
What the hell was that? Let's get something straight. Married to you or not, I will never abandon Laura.
Who says you have to?
Robin. Welcome home. Nicholas and I had the most interesting day. Did you tell her about our visitors?
No, he didn't.
There's a seedy individual named Baldwin dropped by. He looked like he could use a good scrubbing.
Did he see you?
Yes. So, should anyone ask, we stick to the cover story. I'm on a complicated deal with Nicholas, who doesn't have time to entertain anyone who drops by. All right?
So, judging from your record, you've been in tighter spots in the shootout last night.
Yes, sir.
Which is obvious why you were able to compromise your assailant's judgment and line him up for a shot right between the eyes, huh?
Yes, sir. Should we be talking about such graphic things in front of your daughter?
She's too young to understand. Well, the reason that I asked you here was because your actions last night, as well as your scores on your entrance exam, make you the kind of officer that the PCPD is looking for. So, I'm going to fast track you. I want you on our team and in the field as soon as possible. Mr.
Carritos, looks like you made it through last night better than I did.
Thanks in part to you. And just to show you how much I appreciate what you did, I'm going to take care of all your medical bills. Till you get back on your feet, you know.
That works.
Yeah.
But if you really want to be grateful, I could use a job.
That can be arranged. I'll talk to my wife, my ex-wife. Maybe they can hire you at the MetroCourt as a security detail.
That wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
You're a smart kid. So I'm going to give you some advice. You take what you can get because I've already given as much as I want to give today. There hasn't been a day that goes by in my life that I don't think I love you.
I love you too. You're a part of me. You know you always will